Thank you for your patience. So today we unveil the new topic. So for 4 months, this being month number 2, Bill and I are living, practicing, writing, and teaching from the Big Island of Hawaii. We've come here to live intentionally in community with a community of lay Dharma teachers from different Buddhist traditions. We've done a lot of practice together, Bill and I, a lot of retreat practice, and we've lived in community for most of our shared life. And the reason that is that it's a better way to see ourselves in action in the company of others. You see yourself more clearly. And when we go on retreat, when we go to a retreat center, each of us, as a part of the collective, agrees to behave in ways that support living harmoniously together. We are guardians of our own and each other's meditation practice and sila practice, our ethical conduct, the upholding of the value of non-harm and goodwill, so that we can grow our hearts. Because if we behave unskillfully, we all know that it will negatively affect our practice. We all know that it will affect and eat at our conscience. Likewise, if we behave skillfully, it brings about joy, confidence. It deepens our meditation practice such that insights arise and our hearts grow wiser and kinder. Now, it may seem like a simple thing to agree to live and practice in community with shared values of non-harm and goodwill as the ground out of which we relate. But where else does that happen? Think about it. In your life, where else does that happen where that is the common ground out of which we're relating? Now, maybe in certain family systems it happens, or in certain religious communities it happens. But what about the rest of us? What can we use as guides to steer our boat through our day and through our life ethically? This is an important question as the moral fabric of our communities continue to decay. What can help guide us toward choosing non-harm and goodwill? I ask because it is not easy to do the ethical thing. It is not easy to be kind and generous, to not speak or act harshly when others have perhaps spoken to us in that way. And we don't have many role models these days to inspire or instruct us in this manner. So, what is it that stops us from causing trouble, from hurting ourselves and others? What is it that helps us resist taking something before asking? What stops us from telling a lie? What helps us remember to not say something mean in the heat of a moment, not to wish someone harm or to kill a buzzing fly? What helps us to remember to respect our own or somebody else's boundaries? What helps us stay present? No matter how familiar we are with ethics, no matter what our circumstances, we can always benefit from taking a closer look. Look at them, given whatever our context is, given wherever we find ourselves. This is the deeper dive. We are choosing to live and practice in a community of like-minded others who, like us, have devoted their lives to living and practicing in accord with the Dharma, to living ethically. I mean, this is my version of the wisdom of no escape, truly. I don't wish to escape. No. I wish to be immersed in an atmosphere of Dhamma. So instead of going to the forest refuge, as has been our spiritual home for many years, we have deliberately put ourselves in this place where our own skillfulness can be further honed, where our conduct in body, speech, and mind can be further refined with other people who wish to practice in this way. Not because it's a should, but because it's what feels right from the deepest part of us. What makes this place special to me is that it is not a monastery, and yet all of us choose to live in accord with these kinds of guidelines. They, like us, have, devoted themselves. They're not quite monastics, not quite layfolk. But we all benefit from practicing alone and together with a sangha of peers. We all benefit. Just look around. Like, how many of you have been coming for a long time now? It feels good to be in the company of other people who want to grow their hearts, doesn't it? That's what I'm talking about. So essentially what we are using are what are called precepts in this tradition, in the Buddhist tradition. And they're recited and used every time we go on formal retreat. The precepts are considered in the Buddhist tradition a protection. They're considered an offering to the community, to each other, to not cause harm, to trust that respect is going to come forth, to trust that we're going to do our best to remember to be mindful in body, speech, and mind as we move about, and that we're going to bring forth as much as we can compassion and kindness and care. These are the Brahma Viharas. Right? This is what we're cultivating. So the precepts are reminders of what we're trying to cultivate, the heart qualities, loving kindness, friendliness, joy, equanimity. And they're gifts that we offer that bring about safety and trust and goodwill and a sense of belonging that is based on the values of non-harm and goodwill. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to recite them to you. Now this is a blend. This is a version. None of these will be a surprise to you. Even so, I invite you to listen for two aspects or practices that are contained within each precept. One is a practice of restraint, of letting go of something. And the other side of it is a cultivation practice of nurturing a wise and a kind heart, one that will bring about peace of mind. Okay? So there are 5. The first one is, I undertake the training to not destroy or harm other living things, and form the intention to bring forth compassion and learn the ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and the environment we live in. 2, I undertake the training to not exploit others or any aspect of the environment, and form the intention to bring forth kindness and learn the ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and the environment that we inhabit. 3, I undertake the training to not misuse or disrespect living bodies, my own or others, and those of the natural world, and form the intention to take responsibility and learn the ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, society, and our relationship with the natural world we live in. 4, I undertake the training to cultivate loving speech and deep listening in order to bring forth joy and happiness to others and relieve my own and others' suffering. Let go of my own and others' suffering. 5, I undertake the training to cultivate good health in body and in mind for myself, my family, my society, and my habitat, and to practice mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I undertake the training to ingest items that bring about peace while bringing joy in body and in mind. We practice these things. We recite these again and again, and we have our own versions. That is, just, what it's like for today, for now, but we have our own understandings of these, and we practice these things because it's hard to remember to be kind in the heat of a fight, because it's hard to remember to do to what and how we to remember what and how we consume affects us and others and the environment we inhabit. These 5 precepts are just raising our consciousness in places where we humans tend to falter, where we humans naturally forget, and we will forget many times. We will speak out of turn. We will think, say, and do things unskillfully. We will. Every day we will. That's okay. We're still good people. This is what I want you to remember. We are still good people. We will forget. We are still good people. So what this also means is that lots of forgiveness. We want to bring lots of forgiveness forward for our being human. It's okay. We're going to make mistakes. Other people are going to make mistakes. We're going to learn to be generous with regard to that. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. This is how we learn. We learn by making mistakes. We learn through the dukkha. We learn through the suffering and the stress we cause, and we learn our way out of it that way. So the invitation here is, let's, as a community this year, explore more deeply in the middle of our lives, our ethical conduct. No judgment at all. Let's just notice. Let's begin to notice the places and the ways where it comes easily and naturally for us. And let's also notice the ways in which it's hard for us to practice according, and where it's hard for us to practice, and then adjust accordingly. This is really important. No judgment, lots of forgiveness, and lots of appreciation. We're learning. It's not easy to live this way, but thank goodness we have each other. This is what it means to be in Sangha, to have the support of each other. So let's develop our ethical rudder. Let's support each other, to pay attention, to grow our hearts. We can do this. It's for our welfare, our individual and collective welfare. Thank you. Thank you for your kind attention. Now I would like you to very gently take your kind eyes and feel into your body, move it around, sway, rock, lift the arms over the head and maybe stretch the arms up. Stretch them up from side to side, open up the side body, nice full inhalation. Nice full exhalation. See what tension you can let go of now before we even begin to meditate. It's always the orientation. Means we notice the places of stress and we soften around them. And there's one final touch if it feels helpful. Maybe bringing the fingertips up to the jaw, massage the jaw, tap the jaw, rub the cheeks, loosen that area up. Gently bring the hands down and let them settle. And feel into the whole body settling down onto a hard surface underneath, one that can support you. So breathe and let the weight sink and settle with each exhalation. And with each inhalation, feel the opening and expanding of the interior. Let the body have as much room as it needs to settle down, open up, and feel comfortable. And soften the gaze of the eyes and gently feel into the rhythm of breathing. Allow it to soothe the interior. Now just to add some kindling to the atmosphere. Just for a moment, bring forward all of us sitting here together. How nice it is to not have to sit alone and be in good company. How nice it is to feel the expanse of the room.
And out of this atmosphere of goodwill and non harm, let's form the intention to stay out of the thought world for a little while, to just let the thoughts pass through like clouds in the sky. And let's keep sensing back into all of us sitting here alone together, breathing and feeling as comfortable as we can, and letting that be the focus of our time together. right now, even as I sit, I undertake the training to not cause harm and to practice goodwill right here, right now. Last few minutes of the meditation. On the inhalation, breathing in and receiving a sense of space and ease. And on the exhalation, softening and settling all the way down through the body, into the base, onto the ground. Now appreciate all of your efforts, practicing. No judgment, just appreciation. And breathing in appreciation and breathing out appreciation to each other. We're holding space alone and together.
Thank you for your practice. Right.